And we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal, back at it again, giving you that gay shit you love while playing some more Earthbound. So last time we were here, we finally fought some dinosaurs, ignored the plot of the game, and left off before the second to last dungeon in Earthbound. We're also going to need to backtrack a bit, so this time around we're about to go get geared up by first grabbing this Cloak of Kings back here, because I missed that last part. And we have two massive difficulty spikes coming in. You know, I say that about every other 10 episodes that this is like the hardest or one of the hardest parts of the game, but this for real, this is a very, very trying part of Earthbound, so we need to actually go back and take care of some things. I'm also going to talk about being comfortable with being visibly gay in public, especially when you're in a relationship or just with someone, and talk a little bit about the stigma against the POS community or people who are HIV positive in contemporary times. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Shit. Okay, so you actually can teleport out of this area. Earlier in one of the previous videos I said you can't. The issue is you can teleport out of it, you just can't teleport back to it, so we actually have to walk all the way from the Tenda village to deal with this. And that's a little bit annoying, honestly, but I'm fine with it, because we just absolutely have to do this. We are not prepared for the dungeon. But, you know, this gives me an excuse to talk up on y'all, and we actually landed inside of a butterfly when we teleported, which is why we were temporarily invisible. It was doing the animation for that. But, what I've been doing? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I've been freezing my gay ass off. It has been way too cold. It is below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and some of y'all might be like, that's not fucking cold. And my answer to that is, I'm gay, and my optimal energies are obtained when I am in just bathing in sunbeams. And so I've just slowly been withering away and freezing to death, which is, I mean, you know, I'll try to deal, but I can't really. But other than that, I've just been working and kind of slowly feeling the weight of my singleness collapse in on me. And, you know, it's just really about to collapse me into a singularity. This happens once or twice a year, where I just am really frowny face about it, or just like :L face about it. But, you know, if you're unfamiliar with me, or you don't remember from previous videos, I think one of my biggest struggles in life, actually, or like my biggest mental hurdle, rather, has really been this just fundamental feeling that I, as a person, am unlovable or just not deserving of love. And I felt like this like a child. I don't know if I've talked about this one in a video, but I actually had like a mental breakdown when I was in elementary school, because I just felt so fundamentally, it just like suddenly hit me. I was like, oh my god, I'm unlikable, no one likes me. I was a very shy and precocious child, and I wasn't bullied like I was in middle school, in high school, to an extent. In elementary school, kids are mean, but they weren't mean in that way. Actually, we're gonna buy some more, honestly. We're gonna load up on these bad boys. We're gonna buy more of these things. Let me get closer to him. But we, you know, kids are mean, but they're not mean in that way. They're not usually like gigantic homophobic assholes. Although kids in elementary school were calling things gay as an insult then. But, you know, I just felt very unlovable, and that's really just rattled through my body and made me feel really bad. But, you know, part of my growth as a person has really been recognizing that even though that's not actually true, like, I've been able to mentally accept that that is in fact a lie or a deception. And that's one of the great gay deceptions, which I'll remind you, that is basically this idea that you will just be single forever and it's impossible for you to be with someone. And my answer to that is always, in this entire gigantic gay-ass world, there will be someone who likes you, like, because attraction is more than just like what's going on with you, it's what's going on with the other person. And I'm gonna get back to that in a second, but you know, I've been able to mentally accept that, but emotionally sometimes it's still a little bit hard, which is not necessarily bad. Right, and if you're wondering why I'm wandering around here, so we need to actually get our inventory pretty juicy here, and we also need to go find a phone. Actually, I forgot where the phones were in Dalam for a second. But we need to actually get all these things set up just because it is really, really, really imperative that we do not run out of PSI in this upcoming dungeon. And it's very imperative that everyone is as optimized as possible because the boss will still one-shot Paula, which is really sad but true. It'll just obliterate her off the face of the planet. She is so squishy. But going back to what I was talking about, I think that's the struggle of being an adult, or just really growing into yourself, is realizing a lot of the negative things you believe about yourself, especially if you've been bullied or just don't have like people to really help you come into yourself, is recognizing that, it's literally not true that any human being is fundamentally unlovable, because there are some like real horrible people in this people who are just loved to death. And when the way I process this in my mind is that, I am just a depressed homosexual. Like, I haven't really done anything wrong to like really deserve anyone's ire, like at the end of the day, I just really sit in my room, play video games, and masturbate, but I don't really do anything else that really is wrong. So I'm not like a bad person or anything. But, coming to believe that also requires recognizing that other people, attraction really comes from other people in a lot of cases, right? So no one's fundamentally unlovable. It's just that, often the people we want to like us do not like us. And while that's also hard to really go for, it's the truth. Like, it's not a problem with you, it's just a reality of other people, and I think that might be a helpful way to think about these things. But anyway, I'm gonna jump up off that topic because I started bringing it up just because I felt like it would probably help someone, but who knows? Who knows? I think really we only needed to get rid of the eraser. We could probably theoretically get rid of the fucking phone. I don't know if the game lets you, but I'm fine with that. So we will just keep what we have and get rid of the eraser because we do need that extra inventory slot. I am going to give Ness some brain food lunches too, because we're not going to really be picking up that many items in this next area, and I just decided that now. I was just going to put them all in Paula and Pooh's inventory, because they're usually the people who run out of PSI the most, but, we gotta prepare a little bit more. But anyway, like I said, I'm jumping up off that topic, and, I should probably talk about Earthbound a little bit. So I'm gonna be really, real 100% real deluxe, like real 420 XXX danger real, that there is a very real chance I'm gonna die during this dungeon, and I'm gonna be a little bit salty about it, because it's just hard, y'all. And it's actually one of the few dungeons where you actually play it like an actual RPG, in my opinion. Like, you actually gotta legit strategize and not just mash the fight or PSI button, which is pretty wild, because that's how the game's mostly been. It's either like you get one-shot by something or you one-shot it, and you're done. Like, that's just Earthbound in a nutshell. And honestly, I hate games that are designed like that, unless there's like some sort of like movement micro that you can do to avoid damage. But this is an RPG, so it's basically like if you're leveled up enough you win, and if you're not, you don't. Because it's like you can't really reasonably use status effects because they're usually 50-50. We're gonna go to 10. Oh, we can warp to the underworld. What the fuck, son? I am a double liar. I thought we could not warp here. What the fuck? Oh man, we just warped inside that thing. That's pretty intense. I legitimately did not know you could warp in here, but I also have never actually backtracked at this part in my previous playthroughs. Because I usually, when I am not on camera, I'm pretty good at taking care of this kind of stuff. Hey, there's a present over there. Let's go grab that. I'm pretty sure it's actually not anything particularly useful, but it's there. I gotta get it, Mom. So let's go ahead and snatch up this bad boy. But yeah, like I was saying, you actually, like, so you have PSI shield abilities that you can get that actually reduce the damage you take from PSI. Oh, perfect. And we also have a physical shield ability that reduces the damage we take from physical abilities, and we have never used those on camera, and we've used a status effect like once or twice. But this time, we are probably going to use it. We're going to use it. Because this boss actually has like 5,000 HP, and we hit for increments of like 200 damage usually, and then probably like 400 when we use PSI, the enemy is vulnerable to. So that, already, that's a major jump in difficulty. And I'm not going to spoil the boss for you, but this boss is actually a really big surprise, because if you're playing this game through for the first time, it is very easy for you to accidentally kill yourself on this boss. But we'll see how things go in just a bit here. So we have our brain food lunches, and we have all our shit. There's that meme rock just pulsating at us. Oh yeah, he's giving me that pulsation. And actually, I should probably show you what is going on in that cave. If you were actually watching the screen in the previous video, we walked past a cave, and I didn't say anything about it. And the reason for that, it is actually a preview for the final area of the game. And another SNES game that did this was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, where you would actually dip into the final area of the game for a second, and all you could do is really look at it. So like right here, you just get those two things. And honestly, this art, this is just very Earthbound style. Like, you got this random ass, whatever this is here. It's maybe like a tentacle, maybe like some sort of idol to an old god, and then you have a destroyed Skyrunner. So what does this all mean? And the answer is it's nothing, because the plot of this game, it's an illusion. You gotta open your third eye to see it. Or see through it, really. Because it's really about the feelings you have rather than the story. Which is, I mean, again, I'm actually lying a little bit, because that's not really actually that true. But I have always said that Earthbound is more about the feelings you have than trying to weave a super coherent story. Because if you're looking for something that like has like a really, really intricate backstory, I mean, you can make one for the game, especially if you play Mother 3. But you know, in practice, this is a game that it's just supposed to be cute. Honestly, it's supposed to be cute and give you some feels. But yeah, and I think that might be the last dinosaur we ever beat up on screen, which is good, because I don't want to really hurt any more of these things. They're so cute looking. So, other than Earthbound, I guess I should probably move on to the topics for the day, right? So someone asked how they get more comfortable being around, or basically like being visibly gay in public, or more specifically like being in a relationship and like being with someone in public where people like can tell that y'all are together. And I guess I can give you a little bit of background on how I dealt with it, which is, this isn't good advice, incidentally, this is real bad advice. So when I was younger, like, to refresh your memories, I was bullied a lot in high school. Well, not high school. I was bullied a lot in middle school, and a good bit less in high school, but still a lot. And I would have... And something I said was basically that I was gay before I even knew it, because people would just bully me for it very, very viscerally. And I remember in middle school, people would just walk up to me and like punch me in the stomach, or like push me down. I remember people would actually refuse to refer to me by my name. Actually, that was a big thing in high school. I would just get called bitch, or people would just call me names, or just, actually one thing, and this tilts me to this day, like this is a real good way to like get me to just go off and like get myself in trouble, is they would just snap or whistle to get my attention. Like if someone wanted a pencil from me, they would just snap at me and be like, give me a pencil, or like they would just whistle at me, and they knew my name, they just were not doing it because they were being mean. And that really, like, that bothered me so much, because honestly, when they did that too, they would it wasn't asking me, it was like if they saw I had something they wanted and I didn't give it to them after they did that, they would just take it from me. And I was not about that. That really cemented my hatred of other human beings. Ooh, so the reason why I'm dipping in here is I'm trying to... I mean, I know who has it. I want the Cherub Band, but I'm deciding if I want to give it to Ness or not. I think I'm going to give the Super Bomb to Jeff. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we are going to give Ness the Cherub Band. What we also need to do is equip the Flame Pendant on Paula, which I had been meaning to do earlier in the episode, because... oh shit, wrong way. Let's try that again. There you go, here you go, Paula. And... did I give that to Ness? I did not. I'm such a scrub. I forgot what I was doing while I was doing it. But like I said, I was bullied, and that's very obviously like a real case of people just being like unnecessarily cruel. Because they have like a power thing they're going off on. And so now I'm just like really defiant, basically. And that's just like a very black thing, honestly. I think that it's like, sometimes I'm just really uncooperative for essentially no reason. And I will just straight up, like, be like, why do you think you can just tell me what to do? In situations where it's just really a lot easier if I just cooperate. But now I'm a lot more assertive with these kind of things, and the reason I bring this up is this is just like an example. So like, in your head you might be thinking, okay, how do you go from this to like, you know, just like being really gay in public? Like, you know that like there are people out there who will be assholes to you, and that there are people who will even be physically violent to you. So like, how do you actually do it? And honestly, this is gonna be a little bit dark, but I basically was of the opinion when I was younger that I would not live a long life, that like someone would just flip out and just fucking murder the shit out of me, or like, I just didn't see myself having a long life. I was being harassed a lot, both in school and at home, and people would actually mess with me while I was walking. When I used to live in a hotel for a while, and when I was walking from the bus stop to school, or walking from the bus stop to home, I remember this one time, these guys actually would just jump out and scare me, and just like watch me basically be terrified, and just laugh, and they were like teenagers too, so it was really annoying, and that was when I was in middle school. So, what happened was basically, I was like, you know what, there's really nothing I can really lose here, right? People are already doing stuff regardless of what I am doing. I might as well just fucking be more assertive, or just be open about it. And I've noticed that approach I'm taking, now I recognize that was basically like my inner nihilism coming out, because what happened is I was basically like, well, my life doesn't fucking matter, so I'm either gonna fight or die, son. Let's do it. And I was just ready to square up from that point on, and that happened kind of like during my transformation that I had when I don't know how to describe it. I had like this shift in personality. Like, it was a major shift towards the end of my sophomore year of high school, and I talked about it. It was when I started really learning music, and I just got a lot more confident. But a lot of that confidence was underpinned by just the sense that my life didn't matter, basically. And that ironically, that feeling set me up to basically be more assertive, because I was like, you know what, I can die any day, you know, I don't really care about anything, so I'm gonna just, you know, start shit regardless of the consequences, or just be more assertive. And I mean, it wasn't 100%, because despite it all, I did have some sense of self-preservation, but I was just like, I was like a lot gayer in school, and I was pretty out, and I was a lot more open. And, you know, it also, honestly, it helped me reach out to other gay people, and when you have other people to be around who support you, or who you care about, that also can help you be a lot more confident. But this isn't probably really a practical solution for you. I don't want you really going out in public and being like, well, you know, there are people out here in these streets ready to just off me at any time, so I might as well just enjoy my life as much as I can. But what I will tell you is, from my observations, a lot of straight people are actually cowards when you, or rather homophobic people are actually cowards. When you show a little backbone, they just kind of clutch their pearls and run off and be like, oh, how dare you show such homosexuality in public, that's literally a sin. And then, honestly, you just bend over and show them your pussy and just tell them to fuck off. But, also, that's kind of like an urban gay thing to do, too, to be real. Because, like, if you live in a small town, this is not really practical advice, in my opinion. Because there's some different dynamics that are going on. But it's like, sometimes you have to confront, and I think that's... Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything, actually. You can do whatever the fuck you want, which is always amusing. You just have to be willing to deal with the consequences of it. But... I very much so now believe more in sticking up for myself and addressing things and being really straightforward with how I feel when people do things to wrong me. And in fact, part of my growth now, being even older, is actually scaling that back a bit and recognizing, you know, maybe I need to recognize that I'm overreacting maybe to someone because I'm perceiving them as being homophobic. And it's kind of like that example at my job I mentioned a good while ago where, you know, sometimes the people at my job are either openly racist or just kind of like very clearly uncomfortable talking to black people, and I tend to emotionally prepare myself for that by being like a bit distant, or not necessarily hostile, but just being like very like, okay, here's your stuff, let me ring you up, get out. But I had an occasion where there was this person who was actually just hard of hearing, and I read that as maybe him being you know, racist or uncomfortable talking to black people, and I realized, you know, like in the middle of my conversation, oh, this man just can't hear well. And so I was like, you know, it's good that I was willing to, like, question myself a little bit on something like that. And likewise, now I'm willing to recognize, you know, sometimes my experiences with being bullied make me maybe a little bit too edgy, a little bit too ready to throw down, so, but I guess for practical advice, yeah, you know, a lot of straight people or people who are homophobic are cowards. That goes for gay people too. Like, sometimes, I'll be talking, I'm trying not to say slurs right now. Sometimes I'll be talking to a queen that I don't know, or like, they'll see me in public, and they'll just say some shit, and I'll be like, it's real cute that you thought you could just say something mean to me and I wouldn't say anything. Like, I was gonna be like some wimpy little nerd that was just gonna be like blogging about it later. Like, I'm gonna say something to you, ho. Like, it's cool that you wanna just look and just wish evils upon me, but I'm just not about it. If you really have something you want to say, you should talk to me about it. And you know, I try to encourage younger gay people to do that, because really a large part of finding peace is letting people know not to mess with you. And you don't even have to be mean, you just have to tell them how to treat you. And that's really hard for a lot of people to wrap their minds around, because a lot of gay people avoid conflict like the devil. But we gonna put that on pause because we got a boss here today, and I still gotta figure out how to weave in talking about HIV positive shit. Damn, I got really on that combo. But let's go. You finally got here. This is the 8th Your Sanctuary location, but it's mine now. Take it from me, if you dare. Alright, we're all about it. So, this is probably one of the coolest bosses in the game. This is the Carbon Dog. So this boy is ignited up, he's ready to scrap, and the first thing we are going to try, if you are doing this by yourself, I recommend trying PSI Flash immediately, because this first form is susceptible to instant death, and PSI Flash has a % chance to instant death an enemy. So we are going to do that, and then also we are going to go ahead and not use PSI Freeze. We are going to use PSI Shield, or actually, we're gonna use, yeah, we're gonna use PSI Shield. We are going to Heavy Bazooka it, and we are also going to use Shield Omega. And then we are going to try to blow this thing's face off if that does not work. If PSI Flash doesn't work out for us, we are going to blow its face off. So this boss has some really strong attacks. Like I said, it legit just one-shot Paula, so we have to fucking heal her ASAP. We're going to try to have Pooh do it, so I'm going to bash. Paula is going to use another PSI shield. Jeff is going to attack, and Pooh... Oh my god, I'm a little bit slow on this. Is going to heal Paula. Alright, there we go, because Pooh is the fastest one on the team right now. Every time you use a shield ability, it actually stacks to become stronger, and it will actually eventually reflect attacks to the enemy. There we go. So the Carbon Dog is numb. We're going to go ahead and try it one more time. We're going to use a lower level of PSI Flash. And then now we're going to start laying into this dude. But first, we need to actually crunch on a Brain Food Lunch, because that's going to restore Paula's... Oops, shit, Mom. Paula's PP. And you might notice I actually forgot to equip the Flame Pendant on her. That's actually why she got one shot, because you're supposed to equip that to stop yourself from taking damage to that degree. But let's go ahead and drop this on him. There we go. And this boss has, I believe, 1.5k HP, so 1,500. Okay, that's good. Well, he's numb, so we can just really blow him up at this part. Alright, we're going to use Freeze Omega, and we're going to whip out that heat. There we go, because Jeff keep that thing on him. And also, you know, let's have Pooh show out a bit more, so we're going to use PSI Starstorm again. There we go. And I suspect if he doesn't die this turn, he will die next turn. Oh, perfect. There we go. So he's gonna lose a turn. Yup. Oh shit. And he's the Diamond Dog now. And so this is why you can't use bottle rockets on him, because he will deflect attacks. He'll transform in the middle of his turn, and he'll shoot the bottle rocket back at you, and it will fucking one-shot the living gay shit out of you, and I am not about it. But luckily that reflection does not work on physical attacks, it's just PSI. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and actually use Defense Down on him, and we're going to use the regular Defense Down. And also, we are going to whip out this bag of Dragonite. So Jeff's been holding on to that for a long time, and you might have been wondering what it does. And the answer to that is it turns you into a fucking dragon, and you launch an all-out attack on someone when you have it. There we go. Let's see. Are you going to get fucked up, son? That's fine. Alright. Yikes! He turned into a fire-breathing dragon. But it still got deflected. Luckily, he ran out of his shield. And the only thing that happened to us was that Paula ended up crying a little bit. It was too glorious for her to really look at directly. But that's actually a version of PSI Flash that enemies that don't know PSI have, which is interesting. He only has one PSI ability, and it is PSI Shield, basically, so that he can deflect the attacks later on. But Jeff, you know what, you can just defend, son. I don't want you to kill yourself on a shield. And we are going to use healing, or life up Gamma on Jeff so that he can tough this one out. Please don't kill one of our teammates. Awkward. Now, there's actually an item in this game that removes shield effects from enemies, because this is really this dude's gimmick. But that is unfortunate, Mom. That is real unfortunate that Pooh died there. The reason why that is unfortunate is because we're going to try that. Pooh is the only one who can revive other characters right now, and that is so unfortunate that he actually blippin' died. We're going to eat the Brain Food Lunch. Jeff is going to... he's just going to honestly have to tank the damage he's taking from the shield, because he... Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I'm screaming, Mom. Okay, so I have to remove the status effect from Paula this upcoming turn. Damn it. Okay. So let's go ahead and use PSI Healing Gamma on her. And we are going to have her eat the brain food. The thing is that she's faster than Ness, so we're going to have her defend because she'll do her stuff before he actually gets a chance to do anything. We're going to throw this bomb at the dog. There we go. And please don't one-shot me. Oh my god, I'm screaming, Mom. Ooh, that was close. Okay, good. Oh, holy shit, I didn't realize freezing or healing Gamma actually would revive him. That's interesting. This might honestly have to be a two-part episode, because it's getting pretty long here. We're gonna use freeze. Oh, shit. Yeah, I gotta wait for that. So I'll have her eat another brain food lunch, just so that she has the PP to do something. And Jeff, you need to defend. I really don't want you to get your feelings hurt. Okay, I'm so glad that it didn't fucking kill him. I was actually gonna scream a little bit. So now we have to have him fucking just healing Paula on cooldown, because she really is the only one who is gonna do any sort of substantial damage to this thing at this point, because he's just really resistant to physical attacks. Because that dog is made out of diamonds, son. Now, if you... Oh my god, please. If you attack the dog enough, it loses its shield temporarily. But, you know, we're hoping for a miracle. Let's go ahead and chomp on this guts pill. And we are going to see what happens. No, I could have done this a little bit more efficiently. First, I could have had the fire band on someone so that they didn't get their feelings hurt earlier in the fight. Because he stops using fire attacks pretty early on. We're also gonna use... We're gonna use offense down. Oh shit, Mom. Oh, I used offense up. Awkward. That's fine, though. That's kind of what I wanted. Because Ness isn't gonna take that much from the shield. So he's strengthening his shield again. I am going to try another paralysis while I wait. And we're also going to use defense down again. Because the boss itself does not hurt that much. The problem is the shield. Oh shit, that's not good. Okay. Yikes. Okay. We're gonna just have Paula just try to solo this thing then. Yeah, we gotta. Oh, are you kidding me? Why are you homesick? Oh my god, I'm screaming. I'm gonna cry, Mom. Okay. Well, you know, let's go ahead and shield ourselves. This will actually help us out a good bit. We're gonna put a shield on Paula, because she is really our glimmer of hope in this whole situation. This thing has a lot of HP though, y'all. Oh, beautiful, it's solidified. And we're gonna just keep shielding ourselves so that we can get into the Reflect Wars here. Actually, let me check something. I did the wrong one. There we go. Alright, we're gonna do it on Paula too, and she's gonna eat one of our last two brain food lunches that she is holding. There we go. Alright, and we're gonna double up the shield on Paula, and actually Ness needs to heal himself. Does he have a brain food lunch left? Yeah, he has two, so we will chomp on that. And we are going to also... The other thing is that this boss will eventually run out of psychic points, and it will not be able to keep shielding itself the entirety of the fight. It just will take a while, though. Which is unfortunate for our case. I mean, I guess I could probably talk about something else. Is it appropriate for me to, like, be talking about gay shit during a boss fight? Who knows? I'll just do it, because we're getting up there in minutes. I really am sad that this is taking this long, because I wanted this video to be 25 minutes. But we just got a deal, Mom. Okay, and finally, we're going to just try to blow this fucker up. So we're gonna eat this last PSI brain food lunch. I don't know why I called it PSI brain food lunch. And we are going to try to actually, you know what I can do? I haven't showed off PSI Magnet. So PSI Magnet is Paula's sole recovery move. She sucks the PSI out of another enemy. This will help us out a good bit. But I am actually going to show off the final level of PSI Gaming, which is a big old juicy attack. And as long as Ness does not randomly get homesick, we should be good. So the problem with being numb is that we actually cannot use items while we are numb, which is very annoying. But let's see how it looks, son. This is our first time using it. Oh shit, the colors. And it's dead. We did it. So I actually purposely held on to that a little bit. I was being a little bit dramatic, because I always knew I could do that and it would chunk off like a third of its health, but I didn't want to do it too early and run out of PSI and then get our faces blown off on accident. But we did it, Mom. So we are going to end the video here, because we are already at 36 fucking minutes. And I will say, I will talk about HIV next part. I'm sorry we missed out on that convo, but, you know, things happen in the game. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm Ethan Bonreal. I'll catch y'all later, and be ready to talk about HIV stigma in the next video. So thanks for watching, and bye.